Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is your host, Gene Folks, and I wanted to come to you on this Christmas Eve. I know I had a discussion with you a few days ago about systems and thinking in systems and how to unclog the bottlenecks in your life to help improve your personal and professional lives. And so one of the things for me on this Christmas Eve, as I do every weekend, is I align myself with my higher power. And for me, that means worshiping God in this sense. And it gets my mind right and prepared for the day, because I know that each and every day that we all deal with the stresses and anxieties of life, but particularly those anxiety and stressors are intensified this time of year. And once I've got my mind right, if you will, then I focus on my body. And one of the things that you are seeing me do right now is get engaged in my exercise routine. And one of the things that I absolutely love to start my day with is rowing. And I will start my cardiovascular workout with the row machine. It is a full body workout. Now I'm a little bit limited because of the length of my mic, so you can hear me better. But I'm going to get myself into this workout. I spend about 10 minutes doing an intensified row, and then I will transition to another machine. Today is arms and chest, because I started with a 3-mile jog, and then I will work out for about 45 minutes, don't need a lot of time, and then I will take a 3-mile jog back. But during this time, I stay in alignment with the mindset that was set this morning, so that I could focus on preparing myself for my day. I find that whenever I align myself spiritually and then I take care of myself physically, then I am able to handle all of the challenges that come in my life. I will get more detailed about those bottlenecks with some particular strategies that you can employ so that you can unclog those areas of your life that's not working for you. And each and every one of us have those bottlenecks. We just have to recognize what they are and then figure out the best way to unclog them so we can live the life that we have all chosen for ourselves, and also so we can get one step closer to our purpose. So I'm just going to push a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and we will continue our discussion. So this is our holiday episode. This is a gift to myself. I encourage each and every one of you that as you're rushing around trying to get in your last minute Christmas shopping, that you don't forget your mental, your spiritual, and your physical well-being. There's going to be a lot of cooking going on. There's going to be a lot of candy. There's going to be a lot of sweets. There's going to be a lot of watching football. But I encourage you to do something throughout the day that is active, that engages you, because when we set healthy habits, then we are able to endure a lot more of the challenges that come through our life. Regardless of where you are in life right now, there are always roadblocks. But here's the key takeaway in regards to roadblocks, is there is always a solution to a problem. There is always a solution to your problem. So I'm going to get this workout in. It makes it kind of hard for me to be intensified while I'm tethered to a microphone, and then we're going to come right back and take you on this journey with us. Okay, folks, so after about 15 minutes on the elliptical, we are transitioning into our arm workout, and I like to start with my triceps to get those really kind of warmed up, and do about 3 sets of 15. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, in between each workout, I take about 30 to 60 second break, and then I get back to it. This is the first time I've done a workout using my GoPro and sharing this with you. And continuing our discussion on bottlenecks, right? When we look at our professional and personal lives, sometimes you don't know the bottlenecks that are stopping you from reaching your full potential until you start trying to take those steps towards reaching your purpose, and you come up against a roadblock. Well, here's the thing about bottlenecks and roadblocks, and we'll get into this in more detail on our episode talking about unclogging the bottlenecks of your life, but I just want to give you some highlights to what that looks like. They're not dead ends. They may feel like it. They may feel like you've hit the end of the road, but there are always solutions or strategies, alternatives to looking at a problem and resolving how to overcome those bottlenecks and roadblocks in your life. It's just like working out. There's always a body part that is not as strong as the rest of your body. Like if you have really nice arms, you typically will focus just on your arms as opposed to focusing on those areas of your body that aren't as strong. A lot of us do that because it's comfortable, because we know that that's going to make us feel better. And that doesn't necessarily help us reach our full body potential. We may have strong arms and yet weak legs. We may have strong arms and yet a weak back. We may have strong arms and yet a weak chest. And one of the things that you want to focus on, at least one of the things that I do, is that I look at those areas of my body and say, okay, I want my calves to look a certain way. So let me focus on my calves because I know that my body's strong. A lot of us will return to those areas or those points in our lives that gives us comfort. That's our warm and fuzzy. Those are those areas of our life that we're like, well, I know this and this works for me. That's not real growth. That's actually blanketing ourselves with fear, because change, sustainable change, is painful, and so we tend to avoid the pain. And so when we're looking at the bottlenecks in our lives, if you're moving towards a painful point in your life, take a little minute to reflect. Consider if going through that pain is going to get you closer to your goal. And if it is, then endure it, because you will come out on the other side. So I'm going to continue this workout, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to continue highlighting our upcoming discussion on the bottlenecks in our life. All right, folks, so we spent about 15 minutes on the row machine. I did 3 sets of tricep pull downs, and I like to exhaust my triceps, so we're going to do 3 sets of 15 on the triceps to kind of really burn them out. I'm only going to take you through 1 set, and then we'll cut out the rest, because otherwise it would be kind of boring to sit here and watch me do this all afternoon. So here we go. So continuing our discussion about bottlenecks, one of the things that I encourage you to focus on is something that you do whenever you're working out in the gym, which is you can do a lot of weights. You can do a lot of repetitions. You can focus on looking strong, but it really boils down to your form. So even if you have to take shorter iterations, lesser weight, to keep moving towards your goal, that's what you're going to want to do. You'll get stronger in time. It's the same thing when addressing the bottlenecks of your life, whether personal or professional. You want to look at those things in your life that are fueling you towards your goal, or those things that are toxic, whether that is your diet, whether that is your internal self-talk, whether that's toxic people. You want to be able to remove them from your lives. It doesn't have to be an overarching, sweeping, dramatic expulsion from your life. It can be quiet, and it can be positive. Because what you'll find is, if you're the kind of person that gets up in the morning and goes to the gym, or if you're the kind of person that gets up in the morning and worships at your house of worship, you'll find that people will start extricating themselves from your life. And that loss is temporary, because you're moving towards your goal, as you're moving towards your purpose, as you're moving towards unclogging the bottlenecks in your life. They will be replaced with people with like-minded mindsets who will encourage you to be your best. Encouragement's not always telling you what you want to hear. Sometimes it's telling you the very things that you don't want to hear. And so I want to be around eagles, people that are soaring, people that aren't sedentary, people that are focused on reaching their full potential, not only positively impacting their own lives, but positively impacting the lives of other people. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out these last 2 sets, and I'm going to finish out my workout, and then I'll come back with a wrap-up, preparing you for our more detailed discussion on unclogging the bottlenecks in your life on the next episode of Folks Unfettered. So bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, folks. So there you have it. That's my workout for today. Wanted to highlight the bottlenecks. Wanted to also share with you an important element of working out that I show on this video. That one of the most important things that I want you to take away from dealing with the bottlenecks of your life, whether that's spiritual, or it's emotional, or it's mental, or it's physical, is the importance of stretching. I stretched in the morning before I came to get my workout. I just finished my last stretch at the end of my workout. And what stretching does is it improves your flexibility. And I know that we all know that. But let's apply that to those bottlenecks in our personal and professional life. Sometimes you have to stretch and remain flexible so that you can deal with those things that come your way, whether that's a toxic person, or it's a toxic situation, or whether that's a toxic work environment. And as you celebrate Christmas tomorrow, and you're going to be having friends and family comes in, it can be a very stressful time of life. But if you remain flexible by stretching those muscles, and if you practice give and take, instead of being rigid, you won't break. You'll be able to go with the flow, as they say. You'll be able to truly ebb and flow. And so one of the things that we're going to get into on a more detailed episode, where we're going to be looking at and into and exploring the bottlenecks and how to unclog them in your lives, is we're going to talk about how to be flexible without compromising your values. I'll leave you with this. All of us have a core, and that's what I worked out on today. You saw me do the row machine, you saw me do some dips, saw me work out on my arms, but I always begin and end my workout with a core exercise. That's my abs and my hips, because all my true power just like all your true power comes from your core. Physically, that's your hips and that's your abs. In our lives, when we're dealing with personal and professional challenges, in order to unclog those areas that aren't working for us, that would be our core values. You don't have to compromise your core values in order to get along with friends and family. If they truly love you, if they truly respect you, then they will actually make room for your core values. And if your core values are aligned, then you have harmony. And if your core values are misaligned, then you have disharmony. Pretty simple concept, right? Problem is that whenever we look at our core values, we tend to surround ourselves with people that don't challenge those that do not challenge those core values, which then will allow us to grow, right? And we tend to mix up our core values with our belief systems. As you read more and you educate yourself more, your beliefs may grow and expand. But it doesn't mean your core values have to change. You can embrace, just like I do, embrace people with different belief systems, but my core values still remain the same. The only time that I find disharmony is when our core values are not aligned. That's what true acceptance and growth and emotional spiritual maturity is all about. Your belief systems can be different than mine, but if our core values are aligned, then we will find harmony. Just how we approach the problem is somewhat different. In order to navigate through this complicated life, we have to remain flexible and pliable, to embrace those things that other people are trying to share with us, and to dispel those things that will negatively affect our core values, to put it that way. Your tribe may consist of people that have differing belief systems than you, but what you will find that you guys are aligned in your core values. That's what makes life so beautiful. So, Merry Christmas Eve, and a Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope that you all have a very happy New Year. The channel will return shortly, right after the New Year. I'm gonna put this one in the oven. I'm gonna bake it. I'm gonna get it right out to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this different take from Folks Unfettered. I kind of let you into a little bit of my philosophy and how I take care of myself. And for those of you that are older and those of you that are younger, never stop taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotional and mental well-being. Happy New Year, folks, and we'll see you in the year of the dragon, which is 2024. Take care, and as always, I'm that brother of light, dropping wisdom in your left ear and knowledge in your right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.